What's up, everybody? 7 people, 2 seconds in. That's always impressive, man. How many people get on here so quick. It's like y'all are here before I even get here. Woodrow Smith, what's going on? Charlie, Woodrow Smith, James Kinney, Billy Smith, how you doing? Logan, DJ Chevy, Kentucky Hunter, how y'all doing today? Oh, I'm tired. Feel like about nap 30. How's everybody doing? Brady, what's going on, buddy? 22 watching. Well, guys, I normally sit down. Mike Parr, how you doing? I normally sit down and I write out a script. One kind of a script, just basically some bullet points of how I want this live video to go. Topics to talk about and upcoming events and things like that, but I really didn't get into any of that tonight, so we're just going to kind of wing this. Hope that's okay with you guys. Coon Nation, we're doing good. Hope you are. Milk Can Shine, there he is. How you doing? Let's see here. I do want to go through one thing while I got 24 of you on here. You know, every now and then we like to promote an up-and-coming YouTube channel. And one of the ones that's reached out and wanted us to promote his channel, I took a look at, and it's a young man. He's starting to make some pretty cool videos. He's got 50 subscribers right now. It's called Deep Creek Kennels. Hope you guys can see that. Deep Creek Kennels. And he's just been texting him just a little bit today, and he said he's got a plot pup that he's going to be putting up some new videos on that dog. And so if you guys will, go by there and check out Deep Creek Kennels on YouTube. Give him a like and also subscribe to his channel like you do me. He supports us, and I love seeing the youth getting out there and coon hunting and starting these YouTube channels and getting things cranking up. And so go by there and support him as well. Dustin Bradley, you feeling the nap 32, man? I'm telling you. Should be out hunting tonight, but oh well on that, I guess. Orion, how you doing, bud? Woodrow says, do you get a lot of heavy winds yesterday and last night? Yeah, we did. Actually, we was in a tornado warning, which is very rare for us because we live in the mountains. We don't get tornadoes here. And I think there was some tornadoes that were like 10 miles from here, like small deal. But I'm not sure. We got a lot of trees down, a lot of wind damage. We do landscaping, and a lot of our clients had brush and debris in their yards and things of that nature. We had 2 trees go across the driveway. Actually, up there where my kennels are, I've never showed you guys, but I have a pear tree up there on the land I bought. And right there by the kennel, right by Tough, there's a big pear tree, and it dropped a ton of pears this past fall. Had a lot of pears, I guess summer and fall last year. And we had tons of rabbits. I even had coons and stuff coming in and eating the pears. I really liked that tree being there. Well, it blew over, and luckily it blew away from Tough, and it fell over nowhere near him. But if it went the opposite way, it would have went right on top of him. But he's not directly under it, but it would have reached him. So got to get that cleaned up. Greg Harvey, yeah, good cool wind to hunt. Cool night to hunt. William, greetings for Texas. How y'all doing? 33 watching on here. Anybody got anything they want to talk about tonight? Any topics? Any questions? Anything like that? You want to talk about some gear? You want to talk about training? What do you want to talk about? Got 9 people liked. If you don't mind, if you're watching this, reach up there and hit that thumbs up button. I surely would appreciate it. Make sure I didn't miss any comments here. How's my signal coming in? Is it coming in pretty good? Duramax says, I just flew back from Texas to Pennsylvania. It's probably a pretty long flight, I guess. Mark O'Neill, is it good for a 6-month-old tree and walker to tree on its own off of a feeder? I don't really like for dogs to tree off feeder, period. Like I said, you get a lot of people who will say there's no sense in having a feeder. Well, half the people who says you don't need to have a feeder have feeders. They're just not admitting to it. But also, here's the way I look at it, guys. I've seen guys say, well, you don't need a feeder to make a dog. But those same guys are hunting cornfields, or they got oak trees slam full of acorns they hunt on all fall, or whatever. If you need to put up a feeder to draw coons to your property, there's nothing wrong with that. And if you don't, if it's your dog, and if you don't mind your dog always hunting off a feeder, that's your prerogative and it's fine. Don't let nobody tell you no different if you're okay with it. But what I tend to find, dogs hunted off of feeders. Anytime you take them to a place that don't have a feeder, they don't know how to actually go look and hunt for a coon. And in my opinion, most people's opinion, that's a bad thing. If you want a well-rounded dog that you can take anywhere and tree coons, you need to stay away from the feeders, because that dog is being dependent on the feeder to bring a coon to it instead of the dog going and looking for the coon. But hey, man, you're the one feeding the dog, and if you're okay with that, your prerogative, buddy. Don't let nobody tell you no different. You're the one feeding it, it's your dog. I personally don't like it. You know, if you got a feeder, it may happen. But, you know, don't make a habit out of it. If the dog will tree a coon on the feeder and you have coons on the property, pull the feeder. The key is every time your dog trees, you want to make it, next time you hunt, you will make it harder and harder and harder. And that dog will develop its own skills and get better over time. So, I mean, if you put up a feeder and it trees one at 6-month-old, pull that feeder up and take it somewhere else. You know, make it work for the next coon, and then make the coon after that even harder. And over time, you will get a better, well-rounded dog. I wouldn't continue to hunt the dog off of a feeder as it is. Just my opinion. But it's my opinion. It's not gold. I don't know everything in the world, so make up your mind on that and however you want to, buddy. Hey, Trey Wagners. Hey, I haven't talked to you in a while, but I love what you're doing for us. Yep, man, I like you. Appreciate it, Trey. I need to check out your channel. See if you've been putting out some new content. Trey, how many subscribers are you up to now, buddy? Logan says, how do you get skunk spray off of your tracking collars? Well, one of the first things you can do is take that strap and throw it away. You know, just like, I don't know which system you have, but pretty much all the collars now just kind of feed through the tracking unit on the collar. Take that strap and throw it away and go get you a new one. As far as the actual tracking unit and the antenna, spray it down with some Clorox and hang it in a tree and just let it wear off. That's what I've done in the past. I've had a couple dogs get into some skunks, and I hung a collar up for like 2 weeks. 2 weeks, it was gone. You know, but throwing away that strap, hang the unit up without a strap on it for like 2 weeks, and then go out there and pull it off tree and throw a new strap on it. You won't know it's there. Yeah, Carter said change the collar. That helps a lot. Trey Wagner, he's up to 188 subs. That's awesome, man. Orion says, I just got a black and tan from a breeder down in Tennessee. She was in the house for about a month with them, and I wanted to put her outside. So how do I introduce her? Maybe what you can do, I've never really had to deal with that. I've known some coon dogs that were inside dogs, but they slept inside at night. Maybe what you can do, man, is just take her outside for a little while, and put her outside while you're gone during the day. I don't know, you know, I don't know if you're, I can't tell on here if you're a youth or if you're an adult, if you're going to school during the day or if you're going to work. But anyway, while you're gone during the day, have her put out outside in the kennel or however you do that. And then maybe when you come home in the evenings, let her sleep with you and do that for a week, and then transition to leaving them outside all day while you're gone. Then when you come home, bring them in until bedtime, and then putting them back outside and just kind of wean them into full-time outside. Maybe that'll work for you. I've never really had to deal with that, but I would assume if you took a dog that's completely used to inside and put it outside 100%, you're probably going to have problems with kennel manners and so on and so forth like that. So I would imagine winging your way into it would be an easier transition. What's the temp? Duramax says, I don't know, man. It didn't get above about 58 during the day today. I'll check my weather thing right here on my phone. I don't know. It's got to be in the 40s or something. Yeah, it's going to get down about 39 here now. It's sitting around about 48 right now where I'm at, Western North Carolina. Brady says, my dad got the mystery box today. I hope he liked it, buddy. We actually mailed the mystery boxes. If you guys didn't partake in that, I apologize, but we do mystery orders sometime. You cannot order them right now, But we done the mystery orders, mailed them out last week, and we hope that everybody who got them was very pleased. We had a lot of people purchase mystery boxes, and that always seems to do really good, and we always are impressed with that. Stevie, no, bud, I have not got the red decals in. Maybe a bit on that. Mark McMaster said, I had an English red tick that stayed in the house. She was one of the best hounds I ever had. Yeah, I knew a guy that had a female, one of the best females I ever had. She was completely housebroken. She'd stay outside or inside, didn't matter. But she was completely housebroken, and she was a heck of a dog. Michael Richardson, what's the best way to break a young dog off possum? Actually, I have a video that's going to be showing up here on YouTube here in a few days. I think talking about that very thing. What I always like to do is I like to be preemptive. I like to preventative, I guess you'd put it, when it comes to breaking my dogs off possums. What I like to do when they're young, and this may not apply to you because you may have an older dog. I'm not sure what your case is. What I do, especially like when I get a pup, when they get about 6 months old, I like to catch a possum in the cage, and I actually go tie. I get the possum out of the cage. I tie like a rope or something, paracord, just to its tail, and kind of stake it out in the field. You don't want to tie it where it's going to hurt the possum or anything. But I don't want the cage nowhere near the dog. But anyway, stake the possum out in the field, kind of like on a leash or something. And then take your dog for a walk with a good shocking system around its neck. And turn your dog loose in the field. Don't sick your dog on the possum. Don't even cast it towards the possum. You don't want your dog to associate you with that possum at all. You just want that dog to kind of meander through the field or whatever, or woods or whatever, and come across the possum on its own. And when that dog goes to show any kind of interest in that possum, roll it up on high and stimulate the dog with your shocking system as high as you can. And especially with pups, what that tends to do is the pup takes it as the possum got a hold of them, not you. You don't yell, you don't scream, you don't say no. You just hit the button and let that dog process thinking that that possum got a hold of it. And a lot of times that will prevent your dog from running possums. So yeah, so that's the best thing to do. If you got an older dog, you can kind of do the same thing. It'll take a little bit of time, but I like to do that versus if you tree one and you're knocking it out of the tree and then scolding the dog, you can actually break the dog from treeing, period. So try to do that. Trap a coon and do it in your spare time. Don't do it while you're hunting if you can help it. Billy, nope, I hadn't even went turkey hunting yet, man. Supposed to go this past Saturday, and then weather came in. It was supposed to be bad weather, so me and Will called it off. I made other plans, and the weather cleared, and Will went, but he seen one but didn't get a shot. Mark says, have you ever seen a red tick that was dark red? I went and got one the other day. Yeah, I have. It's a lot of times it's their head, this dark red. And then it'll kind of lighten up as it goes down their back. But yes, I have seen that. 45 people watching. If y'all will, if you hadn't already, reach up there, hit that thumbs up button, the like button. I would appreciate it. How do you guys like the Mondays over Tuesdays or Thursdays or any of that stuff? Is Monday evening a better night for these live videos? I hope it is. Anybody else got any more questions? Scroll back, make sure I hadn't missed nothing here. Anything y'all want to talk about? Gear reviews or anything? Who all out here is running the Dogtra? You guys liking the Dogtra? The guys running it? I've done a little bit of field testing with it recently. I find it to be an okay system. I've lost signal a few times with it in places that I shouldn't have lost signal, but it's alright. And it drains my battery on my phone really bad, but my phone is kind of old, so I think it could be more the phone than anything. Jamie says, have you been getting the pups out, Nick? I have trouble getting my red tick pup to bark at a red tick. Any tips? No, I haven't got the pups out. Nix was in heat for a little while, so I had her put up. So I didn't, she just now come out. I'd like to get her in the woods this weekend. I did take Tough out last week, I think it was. Me and Will went out, lay meander around. He went out pretty good by himself and searched around. Never did strike up anything, never did move anything. But the places we was hunting, we never really have a whole lot of luck here anyway. So, having trouble getting my red tip to bark at a, I guess you mean a coon. If you're talking about a caged coon, man, sometimes if you get a dog that will not bark at a caged coon, that doesn't mean the dog's not going to make a coon dog. We prefer not to even use a caged coon, period. You're not really gauging anything. Or when you try to judge a dog off of basing barking at a caged coon, you're not really giving that dog an honest assessment. I got a Chihuahua that'll bark at a caged coon. Don't mean she'll run and tree one. So, best thing to do is just put them in the woods with an experienced dog and see what they can do, and give the caged coon thing up, honestly. Like I said, when you try to judge a dog, their abilities off what they do with a caged coon, you're kind of not getting the full story there. Billy Smith says, got any tracking systems on there? What do you mean on there, buddy? You mean on my website, or what you mean? I got a couple used 220s that I'm waiting on some people that are supposed to be picking up. Website, yeah. I've actually got the Garmin Alpha on there, and I've got these Dogtra on the website, nitelifekennel.com. If you guys are looking for anything track system wise, the Dogtra or the Garmin's, check us out, nitelifekennel.com. If there's something you are looking for that you don't see on there, you can text me at 828-674-5310, and I can get you anything you need. Let's see. James Kinney says, I hunted for 30 plus years and now hurted my back. Hard to get around. Guys, suggestions on how to get back into it. Want to go hunting really bad. Miss hearing the dogs in the woods. James, I don't know where you live, buddy, but like a lot of places in South Carolina, you can find private deer leases that will let you go in there after deer season and hunt, and a lot of them allow four-wheeler access. I found one recently that we've hunted just a little bit. I'm waiting for turkey season to get over with so I can get back in there and hunt some more. But the roads are like red mud. They're always muddy, bad to get a truck in. So we actually drive four-wheeler with a dog box on the four-wheeler in there a little bit, and then cast once we get on in there a little ways. So, yeah, I would suggest looking into a deer lease, man. If you find a deer lease that'll let you hunt, especially probably after deer season, which cuts you out of a lot of your coon season. But a lot of times the deer leases allow four-wheeler access. And I know what you mean, man. A lot of people don't know this, but my lower back hurts me a lot. If anybody's ever, like Will can attest to this, Caitlin can attest to this, we'll go hunting and my back will just be like wrenched up really bad. And so I understand where you're coming from, buddy. I really do. Duramax says he's 1 year, 3-month-old dog. Let me go back and read your comment, buddy. Duramax, you got a 1 year, 3-month-old dog. What kind of breed is it? Jacob West, got any pointers on starting a very independent pup? Best thing you do, man, is get that dog in the woods and make sure there's plenty of coon where you're hunting at. But having an independent pup is like really highly sought after. I'm sure you probably already know that, man. If you got a highly independent pup, you got a really good thing going for you. Best thing to do is, man, is just don't put them with any other dog because they're independent. They don't need it. Make sure you got plenty of coon and plenty of land and put them in the woods a lot. An independent dog will find the coon and it will come on in short enough time and make a coon dog most of the time. Milk Can Shine say just got his Garmin for me today. Good price and fast shipping. Yep, we shipped out a Garmin Alpha 100. Milk Can, are you the one I put the note in with your package? I think it was. Zag Attack says I got a registered red tip coon now. How much is he worth? He trees a little. Man, that just really depends. Depends on how good he is, how old he is. I mean, it's really based between you and the buyer, man. I mean, Some guys on here is going to tell you $100, some are going to tell you $500, you know, and it just really depends on how experienced he is. He trees a little, so I guess he's not a finished out dog. You know, a few $100, I would imagine. You know, I'd have to see the dog in the woods, honestly, and see what his abilities are, but I would imagine a few $100, you know. Kobe Smith says, find a young man that wants to go. Also, James, that you can stay by the truck and send the boy to get the dog. That's an idea. You'll find a lot of young guys. I know my buddy Kim has got a young boy working or hunting with him right now that loves to chase the dogs. Like literally loves to run through the woods with the dogs while they're tracking. So yeah, he's a year old, Zack Attack. Yeah, I'd say a few $100. 3, 4, 5, 6, somewhere around there. Randy All, what's going on, man? Milk can. Yeah, that's me. All right, buddy. Well, I hope you can read my bad handwriting on that letter. But Milk Can, I really appreciate your business. You bought a lot of stuff for me lately, and I really do appreciate it. Mark Masters, some people look at bloodline too. Yeah, sure enough. Depending on what your bloodline is. Do a little research, Zack Attack, on what your registered bloodline is on that dog. And you can kind of get an idea. You know, if it's a well-known bloodline, you might get a little more money for him. Curtis Sheldon, what's up, man? Haven't talked to you in a while. We got to get up there and do some hunting. Josh Taylor, sorry I'm late. Hope I didn't miss much. You didn't miss much, but you are late, so you do owe me a $1,000 fine, and you can mail it to me. I appreciate it. David Nichols Jr., what's up, cousin? Utah. Chad R., what collar do you run? Are you talking about the actual strap, or are you talking about the brand? I run Sport Dog brand, Tech 2.0 tracking system. That's my main tracking system. I've been field testing the Doctor just a little bit here recently, but I never turn my dog loose without the Sport Dog Tech 2.0 on it. And the collar I use, this right here is actually a Garmin 220 collar that we've got. Somebody's going to be picking up. I got to ship this out. But this right here is the Mooks quick release GPS collar replacement strap, and I run this on every single one of my dogs. All my Sport Dog collars have this. The Dogtra I'm trying out right now has this on it, and I just got this DC-40 in on trade. I've got this for sale. Actually, I think it's sold, but the strap was kind of wore out, so I put this Mooks on it for the customer that bought it. So yeah, I don't run any tracking system without the Mook strap on them. And we sell those Mook straps on my website, nitelifekennel.com, if you're interested. Josh just checks in the mail. I'll look for it. Sweet Creek River Red Ticks. Hey, Nick, hope I didn't miss much. You didn't miss much, but you're late, so you owe me $1,000. Josh is sending in a check, too, for being late. This is how I make my money. All you guys, I'm just joking. Jacob West, okay, she's 8 months old and won't go with the old. Does she hang by your feet, Jacob, or does she go off on her own? That's a different thing. If she's hanging by your feet, that's not necessarily independent. That's just a young dog. But if she's going off on her own, then she's doing great. David says, now I'm back in Southern California. I was just visiting family in Utah. I got you. Ryan says, how can I train my coon hound pup not to chase my chickens and other livestock? You need to invest in you a good shocking system. If you're going to be coon hunting, I would highly recommend you invest in the Sport Dog 3225. And here is mine right here. The Sport Dog 3225. We have a full review of this on our YouTube channel. You can go in when we get off the channel here, get off the live video, scroll down or search on my channel. Sport Dog 3225 review. I do a full review on this. It does up to 6 collars, reaches out to 2 miles, so this is perfect for the hound hunter. But also get out there and put that on your dog, and then monitor and watch your dog once they start going for some chickens or some livestock. This thing has got 7 different settings, and I'm telling you, these are hot settings. You don't need 20 or 30. These 7 will work just fine. Roll up there to the highest setting on 7 and lay into your dog, and it will break your dog. Duramax says, I got a young dog, doesn't stick with my experienced dog, barks on track, but won't stay treed once he sees me coming. Solutions. Or how close can I follow him to prevent him from leaving? Always tied to the tree. Just stay as close as you can, man. The quicker you can get there, the better. Tying it to the tree normally works. If he won't stay at the tree come kill season, you need to tie him back and roll coons out to the dog that did stay at the tree. And don't let him have any of the coon. Don't let him touch it. Don't let him smell it. Don't let him have it. And what it does, it'll make him jealous of that other dog getting all the attention and getting to hog the coon. And he'll run the tree. He'll be like, that dog's treeing and getting the coon. I need to be on the tree if I want the coon. Randy Hall. It's all right, buddy. We appreciate you being here. Jacob West. Oh, no, she goes the other direction. Yeah, she's independent, man. That's good. That's good. There ain't nothing wrong with that, buddy. Nothing wrong with that. Some dogs are like that. I'll tell you right now, if she turns into a real good coon dog and she's that independent, she'll make a heck of a competition dog. And she'll be worth a lot of money. You're welcome, Orion. Bobby Evans. Me and my boys are going to take our 8-month-old pup out tonight. Well, good luck to you. Hope you tree a pile. And remember, tree one for me. Sweet Grand River says, I have a 2-year-old male. I've been having issues with him. Slick trees a lot lately. Any suggestions on how to correct this issue? Yeah, what you need to do as far as slick trees are concerned, one of the biggest mistakes I see people make, you need to make sure you don't make this mistake, is a lot of times they'll go in on a slick tree and they'll go ahead and scold or correct their dog however they want to. I highly recommend just taking a green switch, little limb or something, popping them on the tree, pull them off tree and popping them and send them on. A lot of guys will go in there, scold their dog, put the lead on their dog, and walk back to the truck. That is the biggest mistake I see people making with slick trees. You don't want to do that. For one, a lot of times that coon has tapped that tree and may just be 100 yards down the line and up in the tree. You need to teach that dog to check every single tree before he sits down treed and has you come into him. By going in there, scolding your dog and casting him on, you're teaching him to check the tree before you come, or he's going to be in trouble if it's slick. And 2, it's going to make him more accurate because he's going to learn. He may go out there and find that coon, and then it clicks in his head, hey, just because it's up on this center of this tree don't mean he's there. I need to check him. He may be right down here, and I don't want to be in trouble. So go in there, scold your dog, pull your dog off, and cast them the way they were going initially. And a lot of times they'll find the coon. And you stay at the tree, stay between them and the tree, and you do not let them come back to the tree. That's the key to all that. Jacob West means long summer. Yeah, sure enough. Alex says, hey, got an 8-month-old. She treed her first coon, but did not bark at all. I seen she stopped on GPS, went to her. She was on the tree and had the meat. Nothing wrong with that, man. 8-month-old dog. You can expect stuff like that. Best thing to do, come in there, praise her up really, really big. You need to get excited. You need to raise your voice. You need to tell her, good girl, praise her up, pet her real big. Get her excited. And, of course, when season gets here, roll meat out to her. She'll start treating. You're doing good, 8 months old. Her just doing that. Very good. Okay, thanks, y'all. Got my son, talk to him and see if I can get him back in it. Got to find a dog and then get everything again. Well, James, when you get ready to buy some gear, holler at me or go on my website, nitelifekennel.com. And we offer free shipping on any tracking system and any light. And if you need anything else, whether it be Dan's briar-proof stuff or whatever, let me know. We can get you hooked up on all that. nitelifekennel.com, or you guys can email me, nitelifekennel@outlook.com, or you can text me. Text is better than calling. 828-674-5310. The reason why I say texting is I work a full-time job during the day and I can't always answer the phone, but I might be able to squeeze in a text. So 50 people watching, 34 likes. If you will, if you like these videos and you appreciate what we're doing, support us, reaching up there, hitting that thumbs up, I would greatly appreciate it. Make sure I ain't missed any comments here. So, has anybody else been out there running coons much lately? And how's it going? Anybody hitting kittens yet? That's one thing. I ain't been out in the woods enough to find out how the kittens are doing around here. If they dropped yet, how old they are, or anything like that. Has anybody had any run-ins with kittens yet? Oh, 30 minutes in, guys. Dustin, what is the price for just a collar for the 2-mile tracking shock system? I'll have to look into it. Don't quote me on this. I think it's around 240. No. Excuse me. 140. I think it's a 140, Dustin. But let me check into that, and I will message you after this. I'm pretty sure it's $140. Pretty sure. I about guarantee that, but I will find out for sure. Curtis says we treated 4 bare belly sows last night. I had dropping in Indiana. Let you guys know, next month, I'm not going to call out who it is, but we're actually going to be probably going to Virginia to hunt with a subscriber. I got to work out the plans on it. And while we're up there, we're going to be looking at some facilities to hopefully this fall do a nightlife get-together, where we can have everybody come up and just do a pleasure hunt on public land, maybe do a little barbecuing and stuff like that. Dave Nichols says, yes, I haven't been on the woods enough to see any kittens, but I was thinking it's around that time to start seeing them. Randy Hall, appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, key thing to do with them slicks is I've hunted with so many people and walk in a slick on their dog and them just scold their dog and even, maybe go too far with that. Put them on lead and walk out. Walk back to the truck. And I just do not get that. It's like scolding a child for something and not telling them why. Like, of course they're going to do it again because they didn't know what they done wrong to begin with. I mean, you just get a slick tree, go in there, scold your dog, correct your dog however you want to, and cast them on. Teach them how to not make that mistake again. See, so many people do that. And that's another part of it too, is if you need to make sure you got plenty of time, because that coon could be 4 or 5 different trees on down, 4 or 5 slick trees. I actually had one female one time. I've told this many times on these live videos. I had one female that I walked to 9 slick trees in one night before she finally had the meat. That was scolding her off of 9 trees. And I'm talking about scolding her off of 9 trees, me claiming the tree and making her go on 9 different times, almost 2 miles deep on game management before she found the coon. Greg, no, I'm not attending Walker Days. I actually just found out about that recently. I do the Walker Days, the Southeastern Walker Days down in Union every year in February. I've never been to the Walker Days up north. I'd like to, but I haven't been. Beast Mode says, my 3-month-old mountain cur is track a squirrel and he'll bark just a little bit, but you have some idea where I can make him bark a lot. Not really. I mean, they kind of just do. Dogs are going to tree how they tree. There's not a whole lot you can do about it. The best thing you can do, maybe to encourage it, is just get in there and praise him up real big. Just get in there and you got to get excited and praise him up, pet him up real big, and maybe with the excitement of it, he'll get so excited he'll start treeing harder. And then, of course, rolling meat out to him, which I know this time of year, season's out. But, when season comes in, rolling out meat can make them a little more excited too. Billy Smith says, how do you stop a dog from climbing a tree? I don't know. I had one that was bad for it, and, man, I don't know how you stop a dog. Is anybody on here watching, have you had any experience with dogs climbing and a cure to stop that? Because I don't know the answer to that one, which I don't know the answer to a lot of stuff, but... Anybody got an answer on how to stop a dog from climbing a tree? Anybody had experience with that? Duramax says this female does it as well. Yeah, I hate that. That's one of the scariest things. That same female that went to them 9 slicks, it was funny because she was actually, a hammer down, dead accurate couldn't ask for no better female at 2 months, 2 years old. I mean, she was awesome. She climbed a tree and fell out, and after she fell out, she was never right after that. And that's when she started going downhill. And then she went to slicking, and she never got over it. Ended up having to get rid of her. But yeah, that fall, and she fell 40 foot. Hoping she was gonna land in the creek. She landed on a rock, like pebble rock. It's like a sandbar, but it's all rock. Bruised her up real bad. Didn't break anything, but bruised her lungs, bruised her hips, bruised all kinds of stuff, and she was never right after that. So I hate that climbing stuff. I absolutely hate it. It scares me to death. He said apple trees get touch and go. Had to go up and get her. Yeah, I guess they're easy to climb because they're not so big. I mean, I guess that's a good thing, though. She's going to climb a tree. Apple trees are not that tall. But, yeah, that sucks. Sucks real bad. I was going to let you guys know. Let me check here on my YouTube app. Also, we got some people watching. I want to give a shout out to Deep Creek Kennels. This is a young man starting his YouTube channel. He's only got 50 subscribers right now. Says he's got some really awesome videos coming up here in the future. He's got a couple cool videos out now. So if you get a chance, go by and check out Deep Creek Kennels on YouTube and subscribe to him. I know he would appreciate it. Let's see here. Beast Mode says, my 3-month mountain cur climbs a kennel that is 5 feet tall. Yeah, I've had dogs that were like Houdinis. You couldn't keep them in the kennel. I mean, they were miserable to keep in the kennel. All right, guys. So, on my, let's see here, April 21st, we have a new video dropping. It is another quick tip video, and it's going to be just about breaking slick trees. Kentucky Cooner, what's going on? Billy Smith, I hunt 4 walkers. You hunt all 4 at the same time, or you just have 4 dogs? William says, having problems trying to get in the conversation. Well, I read your comment now, buddy. So, you're in here now. Glad to see you. So, I got a question for the guys who are watching this. If you will, please comment below. Is Monday nights a good night for this? Because we've bounced around over the last year. We did Thursday nights. We've done Wednesday nights. We've done Tuesday nights. And we're on a Monday night now. I'm trying to find a night that works good for everybody. Works good for me. Tuesday nights kind of got bad here lately because my schedule, Miss Kate's schedule's changed. And Tuesday night's one of the only nights we get to see each other. But I want to see if Monday night's a better night. I don't do Wednesday night because I don't want to get in the way of anybody going to church. So if you will, comment below if Mondays are good or if any other nights you would prefer. Beast Mode says that's why I had to get a shocking fence. Yeah, that's what we done is we actually run a shock wire along the top of the fence. Just not the whole fence, just along the top of it. That way when they did climb over, hit that and knocked them back down. So Billy Smith says yes. It was canned. Monday's good. Yes, Monday's good. Monday not good. Monday not good. Monday night's rough for this guy. Been up for 24 hours. Durmax, what you been doing, buddy? Randy Hall, Mr. Clean Mail, Mom climbed a 30-foot deer stand and fell and killed her. Oh, man. Dang. 30-foot deer stand. Kentucky, no. I am not going to be at Walker Days. Never been to that Walker Days. I only go to the Walker Days, the Southeastern Tree Walker Days in South Carolina every February. I go to that one. Durmax, working on a railroad. I hear that's a tough job, but a good paying job. What I hear. I know a couple guys around here work railroad. Randy Hall says yes. I hate that, buddy. How long ago was that? Was that recent? That your mail fell out, or was that a while back? Scott says, I just came across your page and pretty good thing where some can get some answers and information. Keep it up, buddy. I appreciate it. That's what we're trying to do. That's the main goal of my channel, is to help people out. I don't care about really anything else. Yes, we've turned it into a little bit of a side business with the Nightlife Kennel thing. Nitelifekennel.com. We're selling coon hunting supplies now. But our main thing is helping people out. Because I know, like, growing up and stuff, I had some people help me out. I've had a couple mentors. My good friend, Kim Bishop, he was a huge mentor to me. But what I run into a lot of people is having questions. Everybody's got questions, and there's generally nobody around to give them much of an answer. And, you know, we're not experts on anything, but we try our best. And the things we have found works for us. Kim taught me a lot of stuff, and I've tried them out, and I've found to be true. And I just want to pass the information along. So that's what our main drive of this channel is. Information, educating people, doing a little bit of entertaining while we go about it. Dermat says he's watching this and going to bed. Yeah, it'll be fine. Kentucky said the Ultra Pathfinder Mini came out today. Yeah, I kind of worry about that Mini. It's like the Mini on everything else. Battery life is probably not going to be as good as the original, but yeah. These tracking systems are not that big. Anyway, all the every single, I mean, my dad runs Beagles. I know guys that got Feist, whether it be the Garmin or even the Sport Dog, the full-size collars fit them just fine, you know. But I get it. Some guys maybe don't want the weight, so they want mini stuff. That's the reason why Garmin come out with a mini. Even though people don't know this, the Sport Dog has a shorter antenna to make the collars fit small dog too. And I guess now dogs just come out with a mini. But I just don't see a need in a mini collar. I really don't. You know, you're sacrificing, when you take all that hardware and all that technology and you put it in a smaller housing, you're going to affect range. That's just a fact. Physics are physics. You can't help that. And your batteries are going to be smaller, so your battery life ain't what it should be or what you're used to either. So I can see mini. If you're squirrel hunting, you get to see your dog most of the time. If you're rabbit hunting. But coon hunting, I don't see much of use for it. What's up, Nick? Great videos. Keep them coming. Appreciate it, buddy. Today said he used it for months. Worked great for me. Lasts all night. That's good. Hope it lasts a couple nights. Let's see. 42 minutes in. Does anybody else got any other questions y'all want to talk about? Sorry, I'm keeping. Billy Smith asked Durmax if he knows a Rich Morrell works on the railroad. Phil says, sure wish I could get in the hunting game. Getting ready to turn 70. Man, you can still go. You need to hook up with some guys and at least ride in a truck with them and listen to the dogs tear off through the timber. William Hubner says, what type of gun do you use? It's around here somewhere. I've used in the past everything from, you know, Marlin 22s, Ruger 1022s. I've used 410s. I've used 12 gauges. But last 5 or 6 years, because I live in mountains, these are not hills around here. These are really steep mountains. Laurel thickets are really bad. Toting a rifle on your shoulder is really a headache for me. So what we use is a pistol. This is the current one I'm using. This is a Ruger 2245. Make sure it's clear and safe. This is Ruger 2245 Light. I really like this gun because you can mash a button on the back here, take it apart, clean it super easy. This is aluminum over the barrel, so it's real nice and lightweight. Pops back together just like that. You're ready to go. I got a Vertex red dot sight on here. This sight right here, it costs $220, but it's well worth the money. I don't know if you see the mud and stuff on this gun. This has been dropped in the swamps. This is, I beat this gun up actually, and this sight right here is held 100% true all coon season long. Even the last video I put up, it was completely unedited on the shooting. Will shot a coon out with just 2 shots of this, and he was way up a poplar tree. So I really love this gun. And if you got the permit for a silencer, it is threaded on the end, so you can put a suppressor silencer, whatever you call it, on there. I really love this gun. The gun's like 450. Red dot was 220, and I keep it in a retention holster. You can raise that up right there. It won't come out. They sell these retention holsters on Midway USA. But I'm a pistol guy when it comes to coon hunting. Less weight and stuff I got to tote around. David Needle says, come guys, hit that thumbs up button. So for the Nightlife Nation. Beast Mode says, I watched all of Kentucky Cooner videos. Can you give him a shout out? Yeah, he's on here watching right now. Beast Mode, or he was. I don't know if he still is, but scroll up there, you can see where he was commenting. David says, oops, I meant for the Night Life Nation. Yeah, we're not Nightlight. I'll tell you guys, I wish I could give you more information about it. But we got some really big announcements coming this fall. Wish I could give out more information, but it's going to be really cool. Kentucky Cooner said, thanks for watching, Beast. Letting you know he's still on here. Randy Hall said his mother fell out, started climbing and fell out of an apple tree. Stop him from climbing. So I guess you're talking about the one that fell out of the tree stand, got killed. He fell out of an apple tree. We keep hearing that tonight. People talking about the apple trees. I hate it when a dog climbs a tree. It makes me very nervous. A lot of vet bills spent on dogs climbing trees. Make sure I haven't missed any comments. So what are you guys' plans for this summer as far as training wise? You guys got some pups you're working on? What are y'all doing as far as summertime hunting? And what's everybody's schedule? When it gets really hot, like we get in July and August, how often you guys like to hunt? Me, I used to hunt 5 or 6 nights a week, even in the summertime. That was just more misery than it was worth. I still like to hunt 2 or 3 nights a week, though, when I get around to it. Blue Tick Ham, what's up, buddy? Good to see you on here. I appreciate you following my channel and watching. Josh Taylor says 3 pups, just shoot me now. I hear you, man. I got Nixon tough right now, and with no land, absolutely hardly any land within an hour and a half. My closest land I have permission to hunt with is an hour and a half from me. And hunting 2 pups has been really tough. I'm actually talking to somebody right now about taking the dog and taking Tough and working in for a month or so. Just that way he don't get left behind, because Nick's is doing so good. Billy Smith, hunting the mountains. Kentucky Cooner says he hunts about the same all through the year. Woodrow Smith says he wants to know what's your total run time on that Pathfinder Mini on a charge. That Mini, how many hours you getting out of it? What's it rated for, I guess? Orion says, how many acres would you need to coon hunt? I will not turn my dogs loose on less than 500 acres. Because my dogs will hunt out 500 acres like that. I mean, I've hunted less than that, but you know, generally a lot of times if we're around lesser acreage than that, there's some kind of road or highway or somewhere I don't need my dogs getting to, and I worry about them. And safety of my dogs is number one. If you end up getting a dog getting on a road or a railroad track, or even if you get on somebody else's land, you know, people these days are shooting dogs and stuff like that. I'd rather have plenty of acreage to hunt my dog and not have to worry about them getting off on into some kind of trouble. So I like to have at least 500 acres to run on. And no joke, I mean, Hyde, he likes to run hard and deep, and we can hunt out 500 acres in just a few minutes. Kentucky Hunter says, getting ready to start turkey hunting. Weather breaks for a couple of days. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people around here turkey hunting having pretty good success. I've seen a lot of turkeys. We own a landscape business, and we do a lot of landscaping in like multi-million-dollar homes. I mean, we do some really impressive homes. We work for them, and they've always got a ton of wildlife in the yard, turkeys especially. They're always where you can't get to them and hunt them. Michael Knox is hunting Southwest Ohio. Kentucky Cooner says he's not sure about the specs, but has worked for me dark to daylight. Well, I know like the older systems like Garmin's and all them stuff, they've always said they're rated for around 24 hours. So I imagine the original dog shoes are rated for about the same 24 hours. Just didn't know. I know the Mini on the Garmin is only good for like 18 hours or 16 hours, something like that. So I didn't know. David says, but now I'm thinking of getting my pup back. Dustin says, I got a new spot where y'all can hunt here in Polk County. Just opened up a new section of game land. Whereabouts is that at? I hadn't heard about new game land in Polk County. Now they just opened up a new set of game land over in Transylvania County, to the county to the west of me, and I got looking at it the other day. It's 10,000 acres, and I'm going to be trying it this fall to see how it goes. It's some rough country though, but I don't mind. We're going to get in there. There's a lot of creeks and a lot of rivers in it. We're going to hunt it hard and try it for sure. But I mean, it's straight up sheer cliffs. It's some rough stuff. So we're going to get in there and try it. And hopefully it's got plenty of coon on it. Because it used to be a private deer lease. So I don't think anybody's really coon hunted in a long time. And they just opened it up. So we're going to hit it hard. A guy named Phil here is asking if anyone is in the Phoenix, Arizona area. Cody, what's up, buddy? Good to see you on here. You're late. You owe me $1,000. Joking. Billy Smith says my dog strikes in 100 acres in 100 acres. My dog strikes in 100 acres in Carter County near Elizabethton, Tennessee. And Woodrow Smith says, yeah, I was just curious in case a dog got away from you. Yeah, that's the reason why I like to have at least 500 acres. Because 500 acres is plenty enough land if you need to hurry up and get in there to them, or you see they're heading toward a bad direction or a problem, you can kind of get ahead of the situation. Blue Tick Hound says, I've been turkey hunting, ain't got anything yet. Well, I hope you kill a big one, man. Hope you kill one of them paintbrush beards. Michael Knox says, best way to stop an 8-month pup from barking in kennel, have a bark collar on him now. Is it not working, Michael? Normally a bark collar is the best way to do it. Either that or a lot of shoe leather, walking out there to the kennel, taking your hat and whooping on the dog a little bit and letting him know to hush. And that takes a lot of time and a lot of patience, but it works too. Dustin says it's right in Columbus. It's a little over 900 acres. Cool. Where? That's not, is it on White Oak Mountain or something? William Hubner says, do you use snake leggings? If so, which ones do you use? Any suggestions? Yes, I do. And actually, that's something we're going to be carrying on our website very soon. I can't remember the name of it. I'm going to look into it, though, and I will let you know for sure. I'll actually do a little review video on it being this time of year. But, yes, we use snake leggings. I don't run chaps or rubber boots really at all. I just never have a need for that. I'll just cross wet weather or wet water and get my feet wet, and it's not no big deal to me. But when it comes this time of year, I will wear snake chaps, and they're just what they are is they come from the ankle all the way up to the knee, and they got like 4 hard pieces of plastic or something inside, and they kind of go around and they buckle, and then they got like a piece of plastic or something that hangs over the top of the foot. That way if you get a strike on the foot, you're protected too. I haven't had any experience with snakes hitting them. I've had a couple, like my buddy Kim, I think he's had some snakes bite him while wearing them, and they held up really good. I've got a pair for me. I got a pair for Caitlin. And I've even got 2 or 3 other pair for people who go with me. So we're going to be carrying them on our website. Michael Knox says, not this nut. Not working on. Well, man, you're going to go out there and lay into him a little bit. About the best thing you can do. Best training aid ever invented is a hat. I get more obedience out of my dog taking the hat to him than I do anything else. Brian Hall, what's up, buddy? Michael Chase, hey, just joined. How y'all doing? We're doing good. Hanging in there for a Monday. I tell you, it was a good Monday. Had a good day. We got out there and we done some landscaping. We finished 3 jobs. I priced some new work today. It's going to be some good money jobs. Didn't have to work too hard. The weather was good. Who here on here, if you will, comment, who here works outside for a living? Just wondering. David Argo, what's going on, buddy? Michael Knox, agree. Phil McQuiston, hope I didn't butcher your name, buddy. Do you use mules or horses to follow dogs? No, I never have. That's something I'm highly interested in, though, is mules. I like the idea of that. But no, I never have. I could probably hunt a lot more of the game land around here if I had some kind of mule or something to get around on. But that's just another feed bill and all that for me. And training a mule takes time, which I'm not experienced in. But I'd love to. Milk Can Shine says, Michael Knox, is that collar tight enough? For sure. Yeah, that's one thing you can check, Michael, is you won't be able to get 2 fingers between, very snugly between the collar and the dog's neck. If you can't get 2, it's too tight. If you can get 3, it's too loose. David says 50-50. I do. Beast mode. With my dog barking, I grab a stick and hit him in the butt with it. Yeah, a good little green hickory switch works pretty good. Josh Taylor says about 50% of the time. 50-50 here. I guess y'all answering to the working outside deal. This time of year is a real good time to be outside. You ain't freezing and you ain't burning up. Brian, not yet, but I just talked to Kim the other day, and I think I got an idea. I'll message you after this. Jonathan Hunt says he puts telephone lines in for Windstream. Man, you work hard. Michael Knox works outside for a living. Raymond says, I do carpentry work in Virginia. You like doing framing and stuff, or are you working inside the house, like when doing finish work? Or all of it? What do you do? And my Milk Can Shine works on backup generators most of the time they're outside. Yep. That's a good thing to have. Me, you guys know, we're actually, me and Kate, we're getting really close to getting our house put in. And that's one thing I've looked into, is I want to get a backup generator, not just one that you roll out and plug up and crank yourself. I like to get one of them natural gas ones, or propane ones, that is a permanent staple outside the house, kind of like a heat pump. I think that'd be a good idea. Randy Hall says he does lawn care and some landscaping. That's what I'm into, man. William says that hickory switch worked on me when I was little. Robert says he worked underground in the coal mines till I got covered up. That's a hard job. David says truck driver and raise squab on a ranch. What is squab? Am I ignorant or something here? Milk Can says if you can swing it, get a diesel and not generic brand. LOL. I'm a Cummins man. I don't know how you feel towards that. I just know when it comes to my trucks, I've always preferred a Cummins motor in my diesel trucks. And I see Cummins is making diesel powered generators. Are those pretty good? What's your take on those? David Argo eating pigeons. Okay. Michael Knox, big truck tech. Brian Hall, till about a year ago, I did construction. Cody got a cool question. He says, you ever run a moonshine still while hunting in the North Carolina hills? One time I come across, I didn't find the steel, but I found the water line that they put in to get the water to the steel. And then actually the other night when I was hunting with Will, we was hunting one of his properties in Polk County, and we found the remnants of a very old moonshine still. Of course, I mean, it was nothing in operation. It was way too old. Had been 40 or 50 years old, but the way the rocks were stacked up there beside the creek, and there was some old metal stuff laying around, you can tell used to be a moonshine still. Keely or Kelly, I can't understand. Carpenter, do y'all have an Instagram? Yes, if you guys are on Instagram, you can follow us at nitelifekennel on Instagram. And our Facebook page is Nightlife Kennel. Our Instagram's at Nightlife Kennel. Our website is nitelifekennel.com. And our email is nightlifekennel@outlook.com. Jessica Hampton says, I build custom pole barn houses. That is really cool. That was something I really was interested in when we were talking about building us a house, was pole barn houses. I really like that idea. Squib is young pigeons. Oh, that's pretty cool. Learn something every day. Cummins are pricey, but I'd go with them if you can afford it. Kohler is cheaper and also good. I'll keep in mind, buddy. Milk Can Shine, where do you live? I forget. Brian says there's 4 busted up stills on his land that he hunts, and they're very old. Yeah, Keely, go ahead and add me on Instagram. Message me. I don't get on there a ton, but yes, we do get on there daily. And so I'd say if you guys ever need to get in touch with me, about the best way you can get in touch with me is text me, 828-674-5310. You can message me on Facebook. I'm generally really quick about answering that. I'm the most quick on text. Next quick on Facebook. Instagram Messenger, you can message me, but sometimes it takes me a few hours. I got like one of the best ratings of communication on Facebook, though, when it comes to YouTube and stuff. It's like 13-minute turnaround time generally whenever you message me on Facebook and I message you back. So and we're really proud of that response time. Raymond says he does mostly outside work, pole barns and metal roofs. McConnellsburg, Pennsylvania. Well, if you're closer, I'd hire you to come put one in for me, buddy. But I appreciate the information. Well, we got 49 watching, 50 watching, 49 likes. If you will, somebody, if you hadn't already, reach up here, hit that thumbs up like button and like this video. It helps me rank better on YouTube. If you see Critter Creek Adventures, it's me. I tell you what, bear with me. I'll check it right now. Any guys that are on Instagram, if you want to, this is my Instagram page, Nightlife Kennel. You can go by there and add me on there, follow me, and communicate with me, message me if you ever need to. Beast Mode says, what do you do for work, Nick? Me and my dad owned a tree and landscape service. I've done outside landscaping, lawn care, tree work all my life. My main job when I was 16 years old, first got my license, I had like 5 or 6 yards I mowed grass for, and started my own lawn care business when I was 19 years old, full-time, out of high school, and run that up to about 3 years ago, and then got rid of that business and went in with my dad on his. He's had a tree service and landscape business for about 35 years, and his plan is to retire in a few years. And we're going to buy him out and take it over. So we're kind of weaning ourselves into all of that. And that's what I do. And you guys also, if you want to know a little bit more about what I do on a day-to-day basis, we actually started another YouTube channel. And this is kind of more for me and my fiance Kate's daily life. If you're interested, it's got a couple videos on there right now of my day-to-day work life, and some things that me and Kate do, like when we're on dates and stuff. It's called Nitelifefamily. Go to our YouTube channel and subscribe to it. I would greatly appreciate it. But every now and then I film a project that I do for a living, and like me and Kate go fishing or whatever, I film some of that. Phil says, I don't see any like buttons. I'm on my cell. Somebody says it's up on the top. You have to do something. I don't know. But I appreciate it anyway, buddy. Cody says, would you rather start with a pup or a dog a little closer to a year old? I prefer to start with the pup because I like to mold the dog into what I want. Not saying the way other people do things is wrong, but I have certain ways I like my dog to act and behave, especially around the house or leash train or anything like that. And so anything I can do to train it myself, I would rather do versus getting one that's already maybe had some habits somebody else has taught that I don't necessarily favor. Josh says you got to close out the chat to hit the like button. Okay. Appreciate that info, buddy. Michael Knott says, I like a pup. Yeah, I'm all about getting a pup and train them and teach them everything that you want them to know yourself. Michael Knott's got a good point here. It's hard to correct others' bad habits. Yep. And even sometimes it's not necessarily a bad habit. It's just not the way I prefer, you know. So it's better to mold them as you go. Brian Hall says, Phil, go to the X in the right-hand corner. It will drop down to a like button. Cool. I would hit it, but my luck, it'd kick the live feed off. We've been on here a little over an hour, guys. If y'all have anything else you want to talk about, we'll go ahead and take our last rounds of questions here. Any train questions, any gear questions? You guys want to hear any certain stories or anything like that? Fire away. Let's see, make sure I haven't missed nothing here. 59 people liked the video. I appreciate it, guys. Robert says, woo, he's turning his dogs loose. Tree one for me, buddy. Alright, guys, let's see. How far has your dogs ever been? I've run 2 miles before we trade. It just depends on the country. And, you know, a lot of times, too, like here in the mountains where I live, it'll say something's 800 yards, but by the time you do this to get there, you've walked a couple miles. So, it's all depending on terrain. Michael Knox is getting ready to cut the dogs. Thanks, Brian Hall. James says, I'm about 2 hours from you. Let's go hunting one time. Sounds good, James. Where do you live? And we will see if we can't make it happen. And James, email me, nitelifekennel@outlook.com, or you can text me, 828-674-5310, and we'll see about working something up. Are you in North Carolina, or are you in another state? I do have some good news. A buddy of mine just texted me a minute ago, and said got some property for me to go look at not far away from here. Michael says, just recently got Sport Dog Tech 2 and he likes it. If he can get it all figured out, LOL. Michael, if you want to, after this video, go through my videos here on my YouTube channel, and I've got a quick setup review. I got a quick setup video, just kind of goes through getting it quickly set up to where you can hunt with it, and then I got a full, almost 30-minute long, in-depth review tells you every single feature about the Tech 2. About any question you could have, I go through it and show you how to work it on there. Michael Knox says, if anyone is around Butler County, Ohio, there is a hunt the 20th, UKC. James Kinney, you're in Greensboro. Okay, buddy. Randy Hall says, how come you don't like Mojo dogs? They don't do good where I live. And I mean, there's probably some here that do okay. But like Booger Hall and Mojo, he was born and raised about 15 minutes from me, and nobody around here would hardly have him. He just wasn't a very good dog. The coons are very thin here. The terrain is extremely rough, and the dogs got to go really far, and they got to know how to actually hunt for a coon. And when they took him up north, he done really good where there's more coon, and that's the reason why Scott got him from up there. And from what I've seen, they do good in areas that they got plenty of coons. Just right here, we're so thin on coon. There's some other cold-blooded or cold-nosed bloodlines that do a lot better. I've had 2 or 3 dogs that have Mojo blood in them, and none of them ever turned out to make anything with me. And there's 2 or 3 of my buddies that are some of the best hounds trainmen in the world, and they've done the same thing. They've had Mojo bred dogs, and they just wasn't any good here. So where I live, it doesn't work good. It works good in other places. So just for me and where I have to hunt, that's the reason why I go with other bloodlines. Clover does really good here. Anything back to like Cowie Creek, the old bloodlines do really good here. Anybody know or have a litter of blue pups on the ground or coming? I sure don't, buddy. We're so good. Gotta go. Good chatting with you. Listen to you. Appreciate it, Michael. Alright, guys, we're going to go ahead and call it quits for tonight. So I appreciate y'all jumping on here. We're going to go ahead and do another live video next Monday night. And again, guys, if you guys need anything coon hunting supply related, go to my website, nitelifekennel.com, or you can message me, 828-674-5310, or email me, nitelifekennel@outlook.com. I can get you anything you need, even if it's not on the website. Holler at me. I can get it for you guys. Got some big news coming up here soon. I don't want to give it away right now, but maybe in the next live video we will talk about it. Beast Mode, when you going hunting with dogs? I went hunting the other night with dogs, and I'll be hunting again here in a couple nights with dogs. What's up, Seth Ventures? How you doing, buddy? All All right, guys, we're going to call it a night. Like I said, if you need anything, holler at me. We'll try to help you out with anything we can. And remember, guys, there's free shipping on any light or any tracking system on the website. And if you don't see it on there and you need it, holler at me and I'll get it for you. So I appreciate you guys. We will talk to you guys again next Monday night, 8 p.m. Hope all is well. God bless you all. Thank you all very much for supporting me and my channel and my family. It means more to me than you guys will ever know. It really does. Thank you, guys. We love you.